Hi guys, welcome to Bits and Bytes. So recently Linux has released its 5.19 kernel, latest stable kernel. And in my previous video, I told you guys that 5.19 will have lots of improvement in current Linux version. And Manjaro also released the 5.19 kernel in their kernel repo, so we can now download the latest kernel and install it. Now I was thinking to upgrade the kernel, so I was thinking to show you guys how to do that. So from your application menu or dashboard, search for settings and you'll get system settings. Here on the kernel section, you will get the list of the available kernels. Now I have this 5.15 and 10 LTS version installed, and I have my 5.17 version installed and it's running currently. Now this kernel is already unsupported, so I need to upgrade the kernel to the latest version, and that is currently it is 5.19. Now if you check, it might be different for you depending upon when you check that, because the next upcoming kernel is coming 6.0, I think. So there are two options, two ways you can upgrade the kernel. One is from this GUI. Here if you install, click on this install and provide sudo password, it will install the 5.19. But I would like to show you guys how to do that from the command line. So let's check that. Now it's depends upon which distro user you are using. Like I'm using Manjaro Linux, so my commands are different. If you are using Ubuntu or any other Linux, then that might be different for you guys. So let me show you how to do it in Manjaro Linux command line. So you can check which kernel version is currently available for download with the mhwd kernel command, and with -l you can list down all the available Linux versions. For example, these are the kernel versions I can currently install, and with li I can see what are the already installed versions. So for me, these are the kernel version I have already installed. Now my intention is to install this Linux 5.19. So what I need to do is sudo wd kernel si, then with a sudo user you can run this command with the root also. If you do not want to run with sudo, you can directly run from root user. This mhwd kernel, then -i is for install, and this is the kernel version I'm trying to install. It will ask for sudo password, so provide your sudo password and it will download and install the kernel. Proceed with y and wait. So I'm going to pause this because it will take little bit of time. Well, so the kernel is installed. Now you can check that with the same command. So you can see that 519 kernel is already installed now, and all I need to do is reboot the system and start the Linux with the latest kernel version. So let me reboot the system and hi guys. So after reboot, I I got some issues during reboot. The 5.19 kernel could not be booted with my current Nvidia driver, proprietary Nvidia driver. So what I had to do is I I temporarily uninstalled proprietary driver for Nvidia, and then I could reboot to 5.19 kernel. So definitely there are some issues with current graphics driver. Now, uh, yeah, currently I am running the 5.19 kernel. You can see from here. So 5.1.19.1-3 Manjaro kernel is up and running, and I would like to show you one thing that I previously encountered for my display. Yeah. So you see my uh, this this laptop display. This display supports up to 165 hertz, refresh rate. But in earlier kernels, this refresh rate was hard coded to 60 hertz. It could not support to higher, refresh rate. Now, since this 5.19 kernel, uh, it is available for change. I mean, I can change the refresh rate to higher version. So this is good. I mean, definitely it will improve my quality of this service. I mean, I can play games in Linux now in better quality. So let me change this one. Okay, this 165 hertz and apply this. Now now definitely I am experiencing a better better display quality. So yeah, that's it guys. I mean, my kernel is updated now, but definitely I need to check what is the issue with this Nvidia graphics driver. So I did some research with this issue I am facing right now, and I found this uh, Nvidia Arch Wiki article, and here I got two bugs which might be affecting us. So this bug is present for Linux 5.18 onwards. So 5.18 and 5.19 both is affected by these two bugs. So the problem is that Nvidia uh, driver may not load properly on this 5.18 and 5.19 Linux kernel if the system is having Intel CPUs. Now there is not any permanent fix. There are two ways, two workarounds. One is to set this IBT equals to of kernel parameter, and other one is to uninstall NVIDIA graphics driver and proprietary driver and use the open source NVIDIA driver provided by Linux itself. Now we know that if we uninstall proprietary driver, then it will work because I did that already. But after uh, you know after getting this another workaround, I installed the Nvidia proprietary driver, and I set this parameter in the kernel, and after that I could successfully boot on 5.19 kernel. Now how you do that? There are two options. One is in temporarily you can do that in your grub menu when you are booting into Linux. There you will get a option to edit the grub menu with in the grub menu. If you press the E button, then you will get a option to directly put this ip equals to off over there. Another option is to permanently update the grab file. So I'll show you that. So in order to you know add that parameter, kernel parameter, this ip equals to off, we need to edit the graph file and we need to put it over there and update the graph configuration. So with the root user or any sudo user, uh, go to cd etc default directory. Here you will find graph files. Now this graph file we need to edit, so I'll take a backup before that. Now let us update the graph file. See, in vi editor or any other your favorite text editor, you open the graph file and go to this graph command line linux default, this line, and simply add that ib equals to off parameter over here. So I'm going to add it and I just save the file and then simply update the graph. So update graph is the command to make this change effective. So let us update the graph, and once it is done we can you know reboot without any issues with the Nvidia graphics driver and with this 5.19 kernel. So let us reboot it now. Hi guys, so after reboot we are back. We can successfully boot without any hassle, and my system is currently running Linux 1.5.19 kernel along with the proprietary Nvidia driver. So yeah, this is it. Let me show you. So you can see this 5.19 kernel is running, and I have already uninstalled the 5.17 unsupported kernel which was installed for me previously. Yeah, so that's it guys. I mean, this way you can install a new kernel from the command line or from the GUI. Please let me know if you found this video helpful. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.